Alright, everyone. Welcome to another one of our MS Guide videos. Today is going to be for the Kämpfer, and it's going to be a pretty fair and one-off, just fair and simple. This suit has a lot of interesting things about it. Its biggest negative being its health pool. As you can see, it's a 450 general type with 12,000 HP. Not a lot of HP, if you really think about it, especially against supports with really low defenses. So, this is one of the fastest suits in the game in terms of boost speed, especially on the ground. It's also one of the most terrifying suits for generals and raids, even supports, depending on like how far you let a camper go unattended. So, let's dive into the camper. The camper's primary weapon is the shotgun. This shotgun's also seen on the Ifrit and the Ifrit DS. So it's a 3-shot weapon with a good amount of power per pellet, 175 power per pellet, 150 range, and if it hits a good amount of the spread of the pellets onto an opponent, it's a guaranteed stagger, even through maneuver armor. So it's a reliable stun in your primary. And you get the Kämpfer Beam Saber, which at level 1 has a base power of 2,000. Its sub-weapons, and this is where it gets spicy, all these are staggerable through maneuver armor due to the fact that they're 2 shots instead of 1. So, you have giant bazookas times 2, which are 900 power each, so 1800 power if you hit both of them, with a range of 300 and 10 ammo, so 5 shots. Double Sturmfaust, which is 1500 power per Sturmfaust, so 3000 damage if both hit, 200 range, and 1 shot before reload. You also have the late model head-mounted Vulcans, which have 80 ammo, 80 shots. These can stun on their own due to the fact that they have 80 ammo in the magazine. So these are really good at chasing people down while boosting. Most of this stuff on this suit is to be used or prepped while boosting due to the fact that it has a really high boost gauge. So I have 3 builds for this suit. The build I'm currently on right here is the most used build I use, which ups my speed to 135 base walking speed to complement my thrust speed. I don't put any thruster parts on the suit because I really don't need them. And I put reloading parts and damage parts. So we'll go over each build. The first build is the most recommended one. The other ones are kind of niche builds that kind of depend on what my teammates are playing. So, for the build I recommend to you guys is High Spec Cruise Control level 1. Enhanced Firing Programs level 1 and 4, Quick Loader level 2, Enhanced Melee Programs level 3 and 4, and Anti-Melee Armor level 2. Now, the base ranged and melee boost for the Kämpfer is 30. This brings it up to the low 40s for range boost because, you know, it's your main source of damage, and since you're stunning a lot, I brought the melee boost up to 47. To capitalize on the 2K beam saber. So essentially, before even type advantage and defenses, your beam saber is trying to net around 3,900 damage per hit. No, it's wrong. Almost 3K damage per hit. It's trying to, at least, with just a neutral swing. So before all the modifiers I go in, it's like potency of your melee attack, defense of the enemy suit, type advantage. It's trying to it's the base power of your beam saber, which isn't listed, is about just right under 3,000 damage. So keep that in mind. Build number 2 is a more tanky anti-melee build. So what we're doing is we're taking all the range potency out and we're pumping a lot more melee damage, some thrusters, melee defense, and health. So this build is more of somebody looking for survivability on the ground, not space. So the build goes like this: Anti-Melee Armor level 3, Strength and Frame level 5, Enhanced Melee Programs level 1, 3, and 4, Thruster Control Systems level 2, Strength and Frame level 2. This brings you up 1,700 HP from 1,200, gives you a little bit more survivability. Your melee resistance goes up by 10, bringing you up to 31. Your melee boost goes up to 49, so you're literally at 3,000 damage on your beam saber before modifiers. and at 87 thrust, which means you never run out of thrust as long as you can manage it well. Build number 3 is for space, and it's very interesting because space itself is somewhat of a cluster, but this is how it works. You're going for more defense, less health, more defense. So we're upping all of our defenses by the level 2 parts. And we're upping up our melee boost by a little bit and our thrust by a little bit. So everything's kind of spread out here. So we got anti-ballistic armor level 2, anti-beam armor level 2, quick loader level 2, anti-melee armor level 2, thruster control system level 2, and enhanced melee programs level 1 through 3. This brings up our melee boost to the mid-40s. Also gives us a little bit more survivability against the range weapons that exist in space. And if we do get stunned in space, and due to the fact that we can't see every melee attack coming, we give ourselves a little bit of melee resistance to negate some damage. And the enhanced thrusters, due to this thing not having any sort of topography bonuses, it helps out. But going back to build number 1, this is the build I recommend for all players getting into this suit because it gives you the range damage to capitalize off of your high power range weapons, and the melee damage to supplement your beam saber. The quick loader really helps in the reload of some of your slower weapons like the Sturmfaust ×2 and the Giant Bazooka ×2, and keeps your shotgun up more frequently. The anti-melee armor you could substitute out for a thruster part due to you already having 21 melee resistance already base. So you could take out the anti-melee armor and throw on like level 1 thruster or something along those lines. But yeah, this is my high-speed Kämpfer exploding like explosive burst assassin build for this suit. Looking at the skills for this suit, it's got some okay skills, you know, not a lot. We're not looking at like a full page of skills here, but we got quick boost level 3, which reduces the charge time by 30% for jumping. Emergency evasion systems level 1, so you have 1 dodge roll in the suit. High performance balancer. Maneuver armor level 1. Melee combo controller level 1. High spec ambac level 1, which is nice because seeing how this suit isn't not a space topography suit, having ambac helps out a lot in space. So that space build becomes a little bit more viable because, you know, well, you got it. Force injector level 2, so after landing an evasive maneuver, well, landing after evasive maneuvers can be cancelled with high-speed movement, and another evasive maneuver can be immediately performed. So what that means is that when you boost, or you're using your boost in one direction, you can cancel that boost with another boost. You don't have to land right away and stop. It's kind of like Balancer in the way of when you're boosting, you cancel it with a melee attack. You can cancel a boost with a boost. Keeps you mobile. Especially since the suit has low health, you want to stay mobile. So, after we talk about the Kämpfer build, let's go into the practice range. Basically just blow a bunch of stuff up, show you what the Kämpfer really is just about, and we'll call it a video. So I'll see you guys on the practice range. Alright everyone, welcome to the practice range portion of the Kämpfer video. So, let's cycle through our weapons here. So, we only got 4 weapons. Well, 5 if you count the Vulcans, which I don't have hotkeyed for a big reason. It's because Vulcans are kind of like the last resort weapon. I'm going to keep all my stuns hotkeyd with my beam saber for easy access. I don't have to keep cycling through and try and find them. But if you're looking for your Vulcans, they're after there's double Sturmfaust with 1 press of your weapon switch button. So, keep that in mind. How to engage enemies. So you're a burst DPS general type. You're not really a tank. You're playing more like you're actually a raid in general typing. So this is how you're going to play it. You should be really scared of an attentive support. If a support sees you coming and they focus fire on you, it's going to be a lot harder to kill them. You will probably either die or trading 1 for 1, or they might kill you depending on how much peel they can get. So I would really focus on killing raids first, like the prototype Gundam over there on my right towards objective D. I'd also focus on general types that aren't paying attention. Avoid the line of sight of supports due to the fact that they could break your maneuver armor, and they hurt a lot due to your low defenses, since most of them fire ballistic damage from shoulder cannons or machine guns. So, as I said, we're going to focus more on raids in this suit. Finding, killing raids, and then killing enemy generals. So, As you see, our movement speed allows us to basically walk to D pretty quickly within 10 seconds. So, we're already over here. Leading with the shotgun is not advised. Well, you can do it in the suit like the Freed, but I find it easier to lead with the double giant bazookas, hitting with a shotgun, and then if they try and get away, hit with the double Sternfaust. Or rockets, Sternfaust, and if they try and get away after that, you could shotgun and break their maneuver armor and go in for a melee swing. So how that combo goes, it goes something like this. Prototype Gundam, once it recovers the stagger, will try and run away. Sternfaust recovers against it, not close enough. Shotgun, downswing, kill. Now, in a real game, it'd go faster than that, you know. You wouldn't have the slight breaks as soon as the stagger's over, but there's a period as right before the stagger recovers, you can shoot the Sternfaust and have it ready to go again. So, I guess the general type would practice the same combo with just rockets, Sternfaust, shotgun, go. So, rocket, Sternfaust, shotgun, which didn't stun right there, hit with the melee. Against supports, I'd lead with the shotgun for the stagger initially because it's a little bit more range. Then hit him with the freaking rockets. Your Sternfaust isn't ready at that point because we used it not that long ago. Knock them down. Aim for the legs. Make sure they're not as mobile as you are, and they can't get away as easy. Stay around the double rockets because remember we just used up all of our ammo on our shotgun. Lead with the rockets. This time just go in. You don't want to give supports time to rally. Your Sternfaust is ready at this point, and now you can fall back. It's okay to disengage as the Kämpfer due to the fact you have a low health pool and you have low defenses. You're not being a coward in that sense. Repositioning and playing smartly is how you're going to maximize the damage and survivability of your suit, especially with this suit. A Kämpfer that's live and a high health is more scary than the Kämpfer at 6,000 health. So keep that in mind. As you see with the base thrusters, we really need thrusters due to our higher speeds and also the fact that it's 75 base. So, we were able to cover a lot of distance fairly quickly without overheating our thrusters, which I like. Yeah, no, this is a really high speed suit. The Kämpfer is all about mixing up your ranged weapons as you close the distance on enemy forces to inflict a lot of damage and to finish them off with your stronger melee weapon. Because 2,000 damage on a melee weapon is fairly good, especially for a general type. Oh, I missed. Yeah, but as always, especially with the Kämpfer, since you want to maximize your maneuverability advantage, always aim for the legs of your enemy mobile suits. The faster you can cripple their legs, the faster you have a supreme advantage over them in general. Really, not a lot of suits, especially at 450, that are general types, are going to compete in your speed. The only two suits that are really going to compete speed-wise is the high mobility Gilgu, which cannot break your maneuver armor. Another Kämpfer, which can break your maneuver armor, and what is it? It's another fast general type at 450. The Alex is actually pretty quick, and that could break your maneuver armor due to the fact it can fire its beam rifle really quickly, and it has the wrist-mounted machine gun, which can break maneuver armor. Oh. It's another Gilgu. It's the Marine Commander. It can keep up with you, and speed machine gun breaks maneuver armor with its wrist-mounted gun. It's a really, really, really shitty thing to get caught by in the suit, seeing how it's gonna basically only do beam and ballistic damage to you. So be careful. Your main worries about the suit while using the suit is most supports. Very few supports are going to give you not a problem. Very few supports do negligible damage to you. Essentially, if you're fighting an undercost support, that's going to be something that doesn't cause a lot of issues for you. But fighting an on-cost support with with a damage spec is not going to be fun to fight against. You'll get shredded really quickly. We tested it out. Even the Zamel, which is a very power corrupt useless support at this point, as long as it can land 3 cannon shots on you, you're dead. Like with this build, even at 500 cost, you're a dead camper. So you need to be very, very picky about your fight situations because you could easily trade yourself out 1-for-1 and possibly get a teammate killed if your teammates are following up behind you. So I don't recommend tanking with this suit. I recommend playing more like an assassin raid style and maximizing your survivability by retreating when you need to and not overstaying in fights. Prolonged fights are your weakness. Avoid generals like range generals are really a big issue for you. Unit 4 is the range general you want to attack due to the fact that if they don't build it with melee defense, you can easily kill it with your beam saber. Do not, I repeat this, do not try and fight an Ifrit. Unless you know the Ifrit unless you have a teammate nearby that can help you with the Ifrit, don't fight it. Its shotgun's going to break your maneuver armor, do a ton of damage, about 3,000 damage per shotgun shot. It has high damage, high priority melee, which overpowers yours because you only have medium priority in this suit. Will swing through you, deal 5,000 damage, and he's going to be able to shotgun you in the legs for another 3,000 damage, breaking your legs, leaving you immobile, and you can no longer run from it. Another general you don't want to fight is the G-Line standard armor. The standard armor's Gatling specialists on his shoulders do a ton of damage. Yeah, they don't do a lot per bullet. The thing is, it has a high cycle rate for its gun. They do okay damage, more than Vulcans, and it's got a lot of range to it. So don't underestimate that suit. Watch out for BD's Blue Destiny units 2 and 3. Their rockets do a lot of damage to you, will stagger you through maneuver armor, and their melees don't care about how much melee resistance you have because they hit like a truck. They also both are equipped with beam rifles. Those will also pierce your really thin armor very easily. For raids, you don't have to worry about the Ifrit Kai, the Ifrit Noct at 450 cost, or 500 for the Ifrit Kai. The G-Line assault armor will destroy you. Its shotgun and cannon combo, against your weak ballistic defense. That's the problem. Its melee is really strong and doesn't care, about your 21 melee defense or sub 30 melee defense really. The Yak Commander, its beam rifle will hurt. You have to worry about its overboost, tackle spam. Let's see. The G-Line light armor, as interesting as it sounds, is a raid version of this suit, but with a beam rifle instead of a shotgun, and rocket pods instead of its 2x bazooka. But it has 3 melee swings, a lot of beam and ballistic damage, and balance modifiers for both range and defense, range and melee. So it does the job, and it's really fast. It doesn't have a high health pool. It's almost literally a Federation version of the Kämpfer, but a raid with one less stun option. So it is a suit you have to really watch out for because you can get into a speed competition with that suit and easily lose, depending on how they built their light armor. But yeah, that's all you really have to look out for in the Kämpfer, to my knowledge and what I've seen. Unit 5, I forgot about that one. Its minigun will shred you, so be very careful of that. But yeah, summarize it. Kämpfer is a really high speed, low defense, high burst damage suit. Avoid supports at all costs unless you have a teammate. Avoid the Ifrit the general type of Ifrit unless you have a teammate due to the fact it can break your maneuver armor and outperforms you in close range combat if the Ifrit has the skill to do so. There's a couple builds for this suit, but your most potent build will be damage and mobility. And that's it. This has been the Kämpfer. If there's anything I missed or any suits you want to see in the future, let me know down in the comments section below. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button so you can see the new videos coming up in your subscription box. And as always, this has been Grandy Warrior, aka Darren Spyro, signing off.